Hi everyone, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. Yes, this was meant to be the second video from yesterday. However, at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I decided to have a nap. And woke up at 1 o'clock in the morning. Sorry. So you're getting it now. You're getting it now, and there's another video to come later on. Of course, I'm going to fall asleep, and then that one's going to come... No, whatever. So I thought we'd have a bit of fun. I thought I'd try and, lighten the mood a bit, because we've had a lot of heavy stuff to do with Blizzard, a lot of heavy stuff to do with gaming in general, the whole China stuff, this whole political issue surrounding it, etc. I wanted to try and, buoy us, put a smile on us. I don't think. So I thought, what better way than to rip the shit out of Batwoman. So the ratings have come out for the second episode of Batwoman, and it's slumped 40% from episode 1 in demographics. Now, demographics are not viewership. It's down a meager 21% in viewership. However, in America, the demo is very important, because the demo, of course, is your 18 to your 49-year-olds. That's your target audience. That's your paying audience, etc., who you want to be advertising to, etc. And it turns out that 40% down in that demo, that is horrific. When you're 40% down in your target audience, so you have people watching who are not your target audience, who aren't spenders. In actual fact, the majority of people who are watching the show are now over 50. Over 50! I mean, it's younger than me, but, come on. So let's just go into it a little deeper. Ladies! The CW's Batwoman in week 2 drew 1.46 million in total. That's down 400,000 people, and drew a 0.23 rating. Ouch. Down 21% for the viewership and 40% in the demo. From its premiere, and matching the lowest demo number Supergirl did all last season in the Sunday lead-off spot. That is not good stuff. That is not the news that they want to hear. Bear in mind, Supergirl ain't the most flush of shows. But I think they're comparing it to Supergirl because, of course, it's female lead. Now, let's just get one thing into perspective first. It's expected there's going to be a drop of some variety. A lot of effort, a lot of marketing is put into your premiere episode, your first episode. Unfortunately, with the CW, their marketing campaign was disgusting. It was cynical. It was targeting horrible people. Horrible women and horrible gay people. That seemed to be its target demographic. Not nice women, not nice gay people. No, horrible versions of them. It was really cynical. It was full of misanthropy, and they have to understand, particularly when the CW's audience is split 50-50 male to female, even though they want more female viewers, that their target demo is going to comprise of those males as well. And so automatically they turned off a large proportion of that potential viewership from the very first episode. And of course, if you saw my previous video on the ratings, it was the lowest premiere of any CW show by a mile. By an absolute mile. It was terrible. The viewership, the ratings were garbage for what they really wanted for a brand new series, especially one that's set in the Bat universe. My God, Batman, the most popular superhero on the planet. And they messed it all up. And then from the very first episode, after it viewed, they lose 40% of the key demo that was watching that episode. So what did that say? Well, it said that people didn't give a toss about the episode. That's what it says, and quite rightly so. The first episode was poorly written, had a lot of poor characters in it. There was only a couple of rays of sunshine here or there, But more importantly, the lead character is terrible. Kate Kane, let's call her Kathy Kane because that's what it should be. Kathy Kane is a blank slate. Ruby Rose's version of her is just bland. She comes across as bland, personalityless, a creep, a weirdo. If she was a man, people would be going mad for what she did in the first episode. As regards to Sophie. They'd be going crazy, but because it's a woman, it's okay. It's fine, it's okay. But there's nothing for her character to do, development-wise, because she got the bat suit in the first episode and she can do everything with it immediately. She can scar through the rooftops. She can zap villains up with ropes without any trouble. She can fight like an Adonis, taking out easily multiple people who are twice her size. And I know there's a suspension of disbelief when it comes to superheroes. I understand that and I appreciate that. But she hasn't got a journey. There's nothing for her to do in terms of development as a character because she's a Mary Sue. She can already do everything immediately from the go. You go, girl! I don't need no man. And, of course, the bit which we don't know is going to come in a later episode or not, where, of course, she says, I'm not about to let a man take credit for a woman's work. Obviously, sat in the Batcave as she says that, as she's stolen that, plus all his gadgets, plus his costume, plus his help, plus his tech. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. And I do say sweetheart sarcastically. But it's been a rough ride for the CW as a whole in terms of viewership. Supergirl herself has now slipped below 1 million. That's gone down to 974,000. And again, 0.3 in their target demo. Their target demo is not tuning in. Slipped, and that's down 23% for the viewership and 25% for the demo. Arrow, I don't have the figures right in front of me, but I know that Arrow started off really bad. The final season, episode 1, it was around approximately 850,000 viewers. The show that started it all off and the very first season of Arrow is fantastic. It's a really good show. But now you find it very difficult to distinguish between one CW show and the other because they're so homogenized. They're identical. It's identical characters with identical storylines, with identical personalities. It's dreadful. It's a boring universe now. Nothing separates anyone. And that's unfortunately a sad fact. One thing which I was really, when I say pleased about, happy about, put a smile on my face, was I wanted to see how Supernatural did. Supernatural starts its 15th and final season on the CW. And I've been a big watcher of Supernatural. I haven't seen the last 2 seasons leading into this one, but I've seen the first 12 and a half, I think. So maybe a season and a half I've missed. And I've got to say, I've loved myself some Winchester Brothers. I've had a great deal of fun with the show throughout the years. Yes, there has been a fluctuation in quality, but the 2 leads have just been so charming and such good fun and a great fraternal relationship between the brothers that it has always been interesting viewing. There's always something to get out of the show, whether it's a comedy episode, whether it's a serious episode, etc. And that kicked off its final 15th season with 1.25 million viewers. Nearly that of Batwoman. And that's on season 15. So it's good to see them holding so strong, beating out Arrow, beating out Supergirl, as they take their fond farewell after an incredible run. An absolutely incredible run for a decade and a half. God bless you Jalid Paladecki and Jensen Ackles. You've been awesome, guys. You really, really have. But I think it shows worrying signs for the CW in terms of the fact that their shows are so similar. There's nothing that differentiates one from the other. And also, I do think that a lot of people have been turned off. I mean, me as well. I mean, I used to watch them and now I can't stand them because of the woke nature that they've gone down, this pathway that they've gone down, because they're so scared not to allow characters to be different. They have to be the same. Everyone has to be on parity with the other, even the main character, and it drags down the main character of the show. Now, they all, apart from Supernatural, which won't benefit from this, but all of the shows are going to get a big boost when it comes to the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover. This is the big event that they've got planned for this year, and we're going to see some great things. I'm excited for it. I truly am. I'm not saying I'm going to particularly enjoy the content, but I'm really excited to see Tom Welling back as Superman. Is it back as Superman or as Superman for the first time? People who watch Smallville will understand what I mean. So it's going to be wonderful to see Tom Welling and Lois Lane there from the Smallville universe. It's going to be fantastic to see Brandon Routh, who's the Atom in Legends of Tomorrow, actually take on his role again as Superman from the Superman Returns universe. And he's going to be playing the Kingdom Come version of Superman. Kingdom Come being an unbelievably amazing miniseries by Mark Waid. It's such a shame that Mark Waid's a piece of shit. And then we're going to see Kevin Conroy, who is the voice of Batman and Bruce Wayne from the animated series going way back to 1992. He will be playing Bruce Wayne, an older Bruce Wayne in, again, some universe, because Crisis on Infinite Earths is about various universes which come together. So just to see those people come together is going to be fantastic. Just to see their interaction is going to be really, really good. And then, of course, there's still Tyler Hoechlin, who plays Superman in this universe, who unfortunately I think has got the clout to be a really good Superman, but they've totally cuckolded him. They've totally castrated him in Supergirl and turned him into an absolute vegetable version of Superman, which is such a shame because the guy's got a great look, a ton of charisma. He could have been a great Superman, but unfortunately has to bow down, and everything Supergirl does, she does 10 times better than him because she's a woman. And I wonder why people get driven off from shows like this. So Batwoman in terrible trouble, and it is terrible trouble because although there's an organic drop in episode 2, it's huge, it's massive, and it's their target demographic. Going to be interesting to see how episode 3 does. This week she gets the costume, the red wig, and the costume that we see from here on in. I wonder if she's going to give credit to any men. Of course she isn't. Men are scum. So I hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do give it a thumbs up. And also subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media and Twitch for live streaming. Links in the description box down below. And I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care. Bye for now.